Hello everyone, I'm back again today to do another video in my Life Path Expression Numbers series. Now, I often forget to say this before I start, but if you're new to numerology, I strongly advise you to watch my Life Path 7 videos first, to give you a real overview of what the Life Path 7 is, so you can really get into the meat of the Life Path 7. We're going to in this video as well, but it gives you a bit of forewarning or forearmed. You'll also see that you might be a Life Path 7, but what type of Life Path 7 are you? So it will aid you to know before you watch this video, what kind of Life Path 7 are you? Are you a 167? Are you a 347? What type are you? Same with expression numbers. Watch my video on the expression number 5, because there are double the amount or more of expression numbers than there are life paths. So what type of expression number are you? Are you a 145? Are you a, oh dear, I've forgotten my numbers. You know what I'm getting at. Are you a 235? Are you a 325? It's good to find out what type of expression and life path you are before you start. Right, so if you are a Life Path 7 and you need to work out your type from my other video and you're an expression number 5, then this video is for you. This is also a good video for me to do because I am in fact a Life Path 347 and an expression number 145. Going through this video is also really helpful for me. It's like a commandment for me for my daily life. So it's going to be edifying for me to go through this video again and to explain all about what it's like to be a Life Path 7 and an expression number 5 to me. Right. So my Life Path 7, my areas of development are, or anyone who is a Life Path 7 expression number 5, your areas of development are your spirituality. You're here to learn to trust that you have a soul within you that is immortal, that learns by multiple experience over multiple lifetimes. And that soul within you has multiple experiences and lots of intuition, lots of wisdom and knowledge from previous lifetimes that you can access if you learn to use your intuition and you learn to perfect that connection to your intuition. So for a Life Path 7, it's about learning to be spiritual. It's about trusting the soul within you and trusting the knowledge that comes from it and not overthinking and thinking, oh, that can't be right. That's just me being silly. No, your intuition is important. Trust your inner voice. Now, your intuition will come to you in many different ways. It will be an inner voice. It might be a feeling. It might be an emotion. It could be all of those things. It can be just something doesn't feel right. Or you might have a feeling somewhere in your body. Or it might be an emotion. Or it might be just a blatant voice in your head going, no! Listen to that voice, because that's what the Life Path 7 is here to do. It's a vital thing to learn, really. So you're here to learn to trust that immortal soul within you, to trust your inner voice and that intuition so that you feel safe enough to share that, safe in the knowledge that your immortal soul can be trusted to advise you, so that what comes out of your mouth you know is true because it comes from your soul. Total trust in your soul and in the process of the way your life is going. So you're more, because you totally trust it, you're totally open to your spiritual wisdom and intuition. And when you fully trust your soul and the intuition that comes from it, you'll be able to share that intuition with others and help others to be intuitive without fear of ridicule, because you know it's true. That's the Life Path 7. I've gone into more detail because it's my life path and I'm going to jabber on more, so bear with me. But I'm also an expression number 5. So I need to use my expression number 5 to support my spiritual life path. So whatever I do in my life, it needs to support a spiritual path where I work on my intuition and help other people to work on their intuition. You know, spiritual teacher kind of thing. But my expression number 5 means that I have to focus on a discipline and lead it towards mastery and freedom. because I can be quite scattered. I love loads of spiritual subjects, which I'll go on to further on in this video. But I need to have a focused discipline that I focus to mastery, numerology, and communication skills. It says excellent communication skills, but that's in the eye of the beholder. So communication skills, so that I feel okay to communicate with you guys about the wisdom that I learn through my research and intuition. So I'm following my life path, but I'm communicating that to you using my expression number 5. I'm also quite fearless. And there's a lot of my friends that would be terrified to do this video, and to be honest, at first I was, but over time I've just learned to think, what the hell, you know, if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. If I'm a bad communicator, I'm a bad communicator. Be fearless and do it. And that's why I'm doing these videos. So I use my mastery of numerology, my communication skills, and doing these videos and writing, and because I'm writing a book as well, and be a bit fearless with it, cope with the ups and downs of change. So I'm using the skills of the 5 to help support my spiritual life path 7. That's what it's all about. So I'm here to learn, or anyone that is a 7-5 is here to learn to have faith in your soul. Have faith in your immortal soul that you have experienced from previous lives, and it's all in there within you, and it's true and it's correct. You must trust that soul within you. Listen to it. Following your intuition without overthinking it, without doubting it, without thinking, well, maybe that's wrong actually. Maybe I should apply a little left brain logic to this intuition that I just listened to. Now, I'm just not sure if it's true. Come on, that's a life path 7 thing. I struggle with it every single day, and I work hard to get past it every single day, like any life path 7 would. And then communicating, that's the thing, listening to my inner voice, but also feeling confident enough, because I didn't, feeling confident enough to communicate what I learn and what I intuit to other people without fear of ridicule. People could ridicule me, people could leave horrible comments, and, you know, I always worry about that. But, you know, I try and push that aside, because at the end of the day, my intentions are to help people. So don't be scared, Katie. You know, this is good video for me to do. I should read the commandments of this video every day. So my talent in the expression 5, or if you have talent in the expression 5, you have that ability of intuition. You've chosen this expression number to help inject that bit of intuition in, to help you develop your life path. So the potential for intuition is there. You need to work on it if you're a life path 7 and expression number 5. Develop that inner intuition that you have talent naturally from your expression number 5 to help you achieve your life path 7. However, where the 5, and I know this myself, can be a little bit of an issue, is the 5 loves getting out there and meeting people. I love socializing, and 5s love going on holiday, being adventurous, doing new things, adventures. Woo! And anything to do with the senses. I like to experience loads of things. I'm more of an experiencer than I prefer to experience than have material things. I like things to taste good, smell good, look pretty, feel great. And, you know, this outer focus of the expression 5 energy can, if you let it, draw you away from the quiet spiritual path that you need to follow as a life path 7. So support your life path 7 by making sure that you make time to turn your attention inward, to listen to and communicate with your inner voice and trust it. Walking in nature, meditation, or even just quiet musing in a nice quiet room. The 5 can be very out there. Hi everyone, I love socializing. But if you're a life path 7, you need to be able to calm that energy down. You'll need that energy to be calm to develop your specialism anyway, because there's a lot of detail involved in learning mastery. So it's a good thing for an expression number 5 to learn to be able to calm and focus their energy in the way that supports their life path. And for you as a life path 7, you need to focus your energy towards that intuitive spiritual path, which isn't necessarily conducive always with the expression 5, simply because we're just so out there and we love experience and adventure. But it is certainly doable. It's part of the challenge for me in this lifetime, and you, if you're an expression 5, life path 7, to support your life path by making sure that you turn your attention inward daily. Excuse me, my cat has come through the cat flap. Hello, darling. Oh, you're a little bit wet. Go on then. Out you go. Go on. The thing about having the cat flap in here, in my office room, is that they come in while I'm doing videos all the time. It's like they know. Right, so to support your life path 7, turn your attention inward. It's very, very important, especially for us very energetic, outwardly facing expression number 5s. Right, so us life path 7s, we also get a little bit mistrustful of the world. It's the life path 7 that is responsible for many of the conspiracy theories that we have all around the world. You know, life path 7s are very prone to mistrusting the world around them and thinking that, you know, people are against me or people might ridicule me. And what do the leaders of this nation really want to do? I mean, are they doing this just to kill us or take our money or control us? To a certain extent, that might be true, but some people have this, and life path 7s are the worst ones for it, struggle to trust the world. They think the world is against them, that they need to be alert all the time and make sure people aren't like taken for a ride or, you know, do things to stop the government from listening to them and wear tinfoil hats. You know what I'm saying? So the universe, right, this is what us as life path 7s need to know, and I'm going to make this a mantra. I might even have it tattooed on me. The universe is everything, existing in perfect balance. It's like a cosmic library of all knowledge, all experience, both happiness, sadness, hate, love, evil, good, everything. It is everything, and it all must be expressed. So the world is always going to express people that are greedy, people that hurt other people. But the world is also going to express people that are philanthropic and that help other people. And if you want people in this world that love other people, if you want love at all, if you want compassion, if you want help for others, you've got to consider the other side of that coin. You can't have one without the other. If you don't have hate, you can't really appreciate love. If you don't have greed, you don't really appreciate philanthropy. You know, it's got to all be experienced, and the world will always offer you a mix of the two, and your energy and your intention can make that worse or better. So we must experience all life, it all to learn. So the world isn't against us. It's in natural equilibrium. It's no more against us than it is anyone else. You know, this world keeps us alive, but this world could also eventually kill us, and may do. You know, it's both polarities. So you're here to trust the world is not against you, that everything is existing in perfect polarity, you know. So your love path 7 does suggest that you may struggle with this concept. I certainly have to keep this mantra in mind all the time. The 5 energy, when you use it correctly, loves to experience everything. You know, I love to experience everything. You 5s love a bit of variety, and as the 7 energy also needs to learn by their experiences, the varied experience that your talent 5 will bring you can be useful in helping you to experience many things, but you must learn by this. If you don't learn by it and take good and bad and learning and development from your experience, it's useless experience. And if you only take, you know, sometimes bad world experiences, and you only take bad world experiences, this is a possibility and can entrench, especially a life path 7, entrench a life path 7 deeper into the world is against me thing. So, you know, it can exacerbate your mistrust of the world if you're not careful. But always keep in mind this equilibrium, the universe existing in a perfect balance. You can't have love without hate. You can't have philanthropy without greed. You cannot have compassion without dispassion. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's not the world that's against you. It's just you see both sides of the coin all the time in this universe. So to support your life path 7, you must learn by experience at every step and realize that experience, good, bad, and the ugly, are lessons for your future development. It's not what happens to you. It's how you react to it, right? So trust your intuition to assist your ability to assess truths and untruths, because people are going to be bad and good. They're going to lie and tell you the truth in this world. Some are good, some are bad. Some are going to tell you the right thing, some are going to tell you the wrong thing. But trusting your intuition so that you have a deeper ability to assess those truths and untruths with your heart and your soul and your emotions, the feelings in your body, the voice in your mind, your soul. Those will help reveal those truths and untruths so that you know when to trust and when not to trust, rather than just distrusting everyone, which is what the Life Path 7 needs not to do. Your focus from this lifetime is really about inner development. You're not about getting out into the world and doing this massive career and getting like loads of money and financial success. I mean, it's great, but it's not what the Life Path 7 is all about. The Life Path 7 is about developing yourself in here. It's about developing that intuition, that self-knowledge, and knowing what's right and wrong in what you learn, learning about yourself and how you're a soul being. It's about the inner development. You're not here to be successful in the world. You're not really here to do massive things for other people. You're here to develop inside so that you can then become developed enough to help others with what you've learned with your spiritual intuition and knowledge. So your focus of your lifetime must be your inner development, not outer development and success like the world likes to think. You know, it's work, buy, consume, die in this world. You know, you've got to get a job, you've got to get out there, you've got to achieve, you've got to be a manager, blah, 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 blah. That's not what the Life Path 7 is here to do. It's about developing yourself in here constantly. Self-discovery, spiritual wisdom, philosophy, anything that really helps you assess those big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? How can I deal with situations in my life differently and develop my soul to a higher level? That is the focus of the Life Path 7. Meditation, time in nature, time to study and muse on your own in a quiet place is all vital for your development as a Life Path 7. So as your Life Path 7 needs you to focus on your inner development, the 5, as I've said, are very much about outer experience and socializing and chatting to people and communicating, busy, energetic, struggle with quiet time. I really do struggle to sit quietly. Meditation, I use guided meditations because my brain in the 5 and in the 7 can be scattered too. I'm going to come to that later. It just can't cope. It just cannot sit. I need a guide, someone there guiding me through each step into a meditation. Otherwise, I just can't keep my brain still. And I'm still working on that as an expression. 5, Life Path 7. So to support your Life Path 7, learn to focus your mind and focus your energy on your soul within, on your inner development. Take time in nature, out in nature, meditate. Spiritual groups can kind of help an expression 5 because they love to socialize, and it might help you to be around other like-minded people, to go to meditation groups so that you can still go within, but you know there are people around you that are supportive of you. Or as I use as well, I go to groups, but I also use guided meditations because it keeps me on focus. I'm a very, very scattered person, as I'm about to continue on in my next few slides. But meditation, relaxation, musing, solitary study is very much what you need to be achieving more of for your Life Path 7. So you're here to learn to always to be a thinker. Like I said, they all seem to follow on. A studier of the metaphysical, the big questions, the spirituality, philosophy, the knowledge of the yogis, and then like filtering that information through your intuition. You need to research and learn and analyze theories to accrue the wisdom that you need to help others. Most importantly, you must run this wisdom by your soul. And I'm going to say this multiple times throughout this video. When a Life Path 7 researches and looks at other people's theories, which is perfectly what they should do and perfectly healthy to do, there must be a healthy mix of intuition there. There may be some elements of people's theories that just do not feel right to you. Then that's correct to feel that. Go by it and don't use that bit of the information. Not all of it, and some theories won't ring to you at all, so don't use them, you know. Only use the bits that mean something to you and make them into something that fits you and your intuition, okay? Developing the theories into others for your own needs. That's what the 7 should be doing. So your Life Path 7 needs you to be that thinker, that studier, that metaphysical big questions. And your 5 energy likes to know a lot. The 5 loves to study, loves to learn about multiple subjects, too many multiple subjects, to be honest. I scatter myself totally. But you're also intuitive, so you have the ability to filter what you learn through your intuition. There are many times I've looked at many theories over many subjects because I'm a 5 and I'm a Life Path 7, so we're both scattered, both potential numbers are scattered. And, you know, to think, you know, what part of that feels right to me and what doesn't, because, you know, it doesn't always feel right. Anyway, so you need to support your life path by focusing your learning on spiritual self-discovery subjects, because they are the subjects that are going to support your Life Path 7. So focus your learning. So you're going to be interested in a lot of subjects as an expression number 5. Focus your learning down onto the spiritual, onto the self-discovery, onto the philosophical, and really focus on the subjects that really resonate with you the most. Only advocate, though, the wisdom that your soul agrees with. Only advocate or believe information that feels right in your heart, your soul, your emotions, your body. If it feels right, do it. If it feels wrong, or you feel something wrong, there's something not quite right, don't do it. It's really important, especially for a Life Path 7, to really listen to that inner voice, those inner feelings, that inner intuition. See if I can get this to work, or maybe it needs to go to here before it, hey, sorry. So you're also here to learn to filter your research through your intuition, as I've said many times, and use your research of other people's theories for your own needs, which is what I've already said. You can be far too analytical. Ignore your intuition. I mean, the amount of times my intuition's told me, even on basic day-to-day things, Kate, don't go that way, it's not going to go well. And I go, well, I don't really want to turn left. I don't really want to go that way. I don't like that way. Don't go that way, Kate. You know, you've got to go the way you don't like today because it's, you know. And I go, nah. And I just carry on, and then I'm stopped halfway down, the road's closed, there's an accident or something happens and I have to turn back. You know, and my intuition's, I'm saying, all right, I should have listened to you. But it's all a learning path. Listen to that intuition. If it says don't do that, for goodness sake, don't do it. Even if you don't really want to, do something different. Your intuition is so, so important, and I've ignored it enough. But it's part of my life path and expression. I'll probably be doing this my whole life. So you're here to learn and filter your research through your intuition, to trust your intuition. I hate pop-ups. To trust your intuition. Use your research of other people's theories, but only use what resonates to you, and not be too analytical. Don't ignore your intuition or second guess it or overthink it, which is what 7s do greatly. Or on the other side of the polarity, a 7 can also be not logical at all. So you can swing from the polarity, from being over analytical and ignoring your intuition, to being totally intuitive and completely blocking the world away and not listening to anyone in the world or anything to do with the world. And you are here to reconcile with the world. You can be totally spiritual and ignore all other theories, but you must balance the two. It's not about going off into the clouds and living in a tree and deciding, you know, I'm not going to get involved with the world. That's not what your Life Path 7 is about. You're here to be spiritual, but in the world. Not in a yurt or sitting in a tree or in an igloo somewhere or in a holy order hidden away from the world. You're meant to use your spirituality in the world. So don't be too analytical. Don't be too airy-fairy and not even think of anything analytical or logical. You need to be somewhere in the middle. So your life path 7 suggests that you can overthink, you can be too analytical, you can subordinate your intuition more than you should, especially for a life path 7. Or you can live totally in your intuition without any meaningful contact with the world at large, which isn't going to help you either. So your 5 talent energy gives you that intuition, as we already said. It's a very intuitive energy. And you can learn a lot by both research and intuition if you use it right. Always filter that research before that lovely intuition of yours. Filter it through it to make sure it really resonates with you. I can't say this enough in this video. You can use your 5 intuition when researching your topics of interest. Which ones to do, which ones to focus on, which parts of what you learn are you should listen to or use, and which parts they don't resonate with you so much. So your 5 energy will assist you in balancing your learning and your analysis if you use it, and with your sort of balancing your learning and analysis with your intuition if you use it. And you also have that ability to use your communication skills in the expression 5 to communicate not only with your own soul and inner voice, but to communicate that intuition to others as a spiritual teacher. So if what you research, or some of what you research, doesn't quite feel right in your emotions, your body, or however it expresses in you as an individual, then it's not right. It must resonate with your soul. Your inner voice should be saying yes. Your emotions should be fluttering yes. And your body should be telling you yes. If not, you shouldn't be doing it, Life Path 7. Trust that soul within you. So you're also here to be a free thinker. I'm better at this element of my life path because you're here to be a free thinker. You're not meant to follow popular culture and follow what everyone else tells you to do. Wearing all the fashions, looking exactly the same. I mean, I've seen groups of teenagers and they're all having a go about what everyone else is dressed in, and yet they're all wearing matching trainers and the same jeans because that's the fashion at the minute. And they don't realise that it's them that look like clones, not everyone else. But anyway, be less interested in popular culture and following the norms of fashion and experience. This can make a 7 feel quite different at times, sometimes out of place, sometimes a bit lonely. But this is the path of a 7. You're not here to conform with the world. I mean, I'm not a follower of a lot of the popular things that are on the TV at the moment, like things like British Bake Off and some of the things that everybody loves, like that dancing show, Strictly Come Dancing. That appears to be something everyone seems to adore but me. But then I realised that I'm not really meant to follow culture. Not only that, you may have noticed I don't really wear makeup. I don't really care about fashions. And so this element of my life path I appear to be following quite easily. And your life path 7 needs you to be that free thinker. So your 5 talent energy is a free thinker by nature. I think that's probably what helps me to be that free thinker, is my talent energy in the 5. I'm able to be a free thinker and a rebel and be proud of it. I'm quite happy to be different and not always following the norms and what everyone else and what girls should do. I'm not one to conform to social norms, and the 5 helps me not to do that. I may dress, or you may dress and think in a way that others find quirky. There are some people that find me quirky. I'm quite proud of that because I know how well it matches my life path and expression. So you could take your confidence for socializing, because I can be quite socially confident. Doesn't mean people like me, but I can be quite socially confident because I care less about what people think because of my 5 energy. So a talent for socializing and communicating my soul's wisdom will help me to be different and proud of that. Not out of place. I like to celebrate my individuality, but still connect to others. I quite like the fact that my friends think she's a bit quirky that way, or Kate, don't do that. Kate thinks this and Kate thinks that. I'm proud of that. And my friends accept me for that because I accept myself for that. If you're a life path 7 and an expression number 5, be different and be proud of it. Who wants to follow the crowd and all be walking around in the same shoes, wearing the same clothes? No, not my thing. And painting my face? Not interested. takes up my life. Why would I want to do that? My face is my face. If people don't like it, anyway. So you're also here to develop the ability to focus on something long enough to develop into something useful. Now, this is where I'm not so smart. This is where I'm not so good and work on every day. You can be a little scattered and struggle to focus. Oh, yes, this is my issue. So your life path 7 suggests that you struggle to focus on one thing. But the expression number 5 is the polarities of this. Okay, the 5 can be either scattered or the 5 can be hyper focused. So I sort of tend towards the unfocused, the scattered end, because my life path is a 7. We tend to be scattered, and my expression number 5 can be scattered and focused, and I need to use my talent in the 5 to focus me down, take this scattered nature and focus it into something that I can make useful. Because, you know, the 5 can be hyper disciplined and hyper focused on one end of the polarity, and can work with discipline to mastery, which is what the 5 energy needs to do. However, I can also be, and 5s can also be, very scattered in their passion for variation and experience. The 5 energy, when supporting any life path, especially the 7, needs to ensure that they focus on their specialism past the point of boredom. In fact, that's the element of 5. The 5 energy needs to focus past the point of boredom towards specialism. Now, I have always loved loads of different subjects related to spirituality. I was very scattered onto lots of personal development subjects, Enneagram, Mayan astrology, Western astrology, numerology mostly. But then I was scattering myself too much. I've done videos on the Enneagram and the Mayan signs, and I want to do more on that, and I will do more on that. But what I need to focus on every day is my mastery. Now, my mastery has been numerology all my life. It will always be numerology. So I've been trying to focus my efforts on numerology. It doesn't mean I won't come back to Mayan astrology and the Enneagram and all my other lovely spiritual personal development interests. My life path and my expression number needs me to focus. So to support your life path 7, and I tell myself the same thing, you must focus on a spiritual, intuitive subject to mastery. And that's what I'm doing with my lovely numerology. And I have been doing for years. But before I was filtering it too much in with other subjects as well. But every day I filter out as much as I can and focus on my specialism, because it's mastery in numerology that is my thing, as well as my other little interests around the outside that I can't resist still looking into, which I always will. So focus on your life, to focus and achieve your life path 7, focus on one intuitive spiritual subject to mastery, whatever that may be. You could have any, whatever is your top passion in spirituality, really focus that down and use your communication skills to share that knowledge with other people. Like I use my passion for numerology and I like to share it with you guys. That's me trying to follow my life path 7 and using my expression number 5 to help me along that way. And that's what I want you guys to do, but in your own individual way. So you're here to develop also independence, self-sufficiency, but also a healthy dependence on other people. I like to do things in the life path 7. They're fiercely independent and sometimes too independent. So life path 7s, and I've always been the same. I like to do things for myself. And at times, because I want to do it myself, I sort of push other people. No, I can do it. And I ended up pushing other people away because of that. And, you know, I'm still learning that we're all interdependent. You know, we can be independent, but we need help from others as well. We can't exist in isolation, right? So my life path 7, your life path 7, suggests that you're working on the independence-dependence polarity. Polarity. So sounds very British. Sorry, guys. Your 5 energy can be extremely self-sufficient, and your life path 7 predisposes you to wanting to be independent, self-sufficient, doing everything for yourself. And your 5 energy can be both. So your 5 energy can be extremely self-sufficient, so it can exacerbate that independence, or, you know, the five often swings from independence to dependence and back again. They're prone to changeable decisions, changing what they're doing, what they're not doing, risky actions, scattered behaviour and scattered behaviour that leads to nothing, no achievement, no money, no nothing, and changeable conditions which can only leave you insecure and dependent. So you have strong potential in your Life Path 7 expression number 5 to be both independent and dependent strongly either way. You need to balance the two. So support your Life Path 7, balance the two, take only calculated risks to keep your independence. Assume a healthy sense of interdependence as well. We all need each other. You need other people's help and they need your help. And there are things that you can do really well that you can help others with. And there are things that you might do rubbish that other people can help you with. That's the healthy sense of interdependence and not too much dependence or too much dependence. You're looking for that middle ground between independence and dependence that's called interdependence. Oh, shut up. So you're here to learn to deal with and reconcile also your sensitive emotions. This is another biggie for me. One of my biggest weaknesses, as well as being scattered and forgetful, is sensitive emotions. So you're here to learn to deal with and reconcile those sensitive emotions. Sometimes others can think of you as aloof, but you're not aloof at all. You're a well of deep emotions. You need to connect emotionally to both yourself and to people around you and not be so closed in and holding your emotions so tightly within you so that no one sees the real you. So your Life Path 7 suggests that you're a well of deep hidden emotions that you fail to express and allow out only in explosive bursts, which are not good for anyone. But your 5 energy is also very emotional. So it doesn't help you with your emotions when you're a Path 7 and Expression 5. You may have to work harder to deal with your own sensitive emotions because of the nature of your expression number. You can be argumentative, you can be quite emotionally explosive as a 5, and as well as a 7 if you hold things too tightly without expressing them. But with your 5 energy, you're also less likely to be aloof with people, more likely to connect with others emotionally and be more expressive towards others. So the aloof side of your nature is going to be very, very toned down and almost removed really by the expression 5 if you use it to its best ability. So to support your Life Path 7, use your social skills to connect emotionally with other people and work on channeling those emotions healthily, because that will help you to be that spiritual teacher that the Life Path 7 is working towards, trusting their own intuition, but also helping others trust theirs. And you've got the communication skills in the expression number 5 to help you do that. Use that, because that's what you need to do to support your Life Path 7. You're also here to balance your need to be alone and work alone with social contact. I mean, the 7 is at risk of isolating themselves because they're about their inner development, and that's good. Inner development, research, musing, meditating, sitting out in nature alone, developing yourself internally is all good. However, you need to balance your need to be alone and to work alone with social contact, because often it's your contact with others that are also part of your learning. It's not just about sitting in nature and musing. It's also about learning by experience, talking to people, learning by what other people do and understanding, creating more wisdom, accruing more wisdom, not just through your thinking and your meditating, but by experience of contact with other people and what other people would do and the results of what other people have done and what you think might work for you, and does that resonate with my soul? And it's all learning, so it's never good to isolate yourself, but the Life Path 7 is prone to doing that. But when you're in expression number 5, you're extremely social. You're fun-loving and communicative. I just love people. I love laughing. I love talking. As you can probably tell, I don't take a breath often. With your 5 expression, you'll find it easier to communicate with others, to be social less likely to isolate myself. What I tend to do is I love time on my own, but I also balance time to see people. So I try and keep a healthy equilibrium between the two, because I need to be alone to assist my life path 7. You know, I mustn't not be alone. It's really important. But I also mustn't isolate myself either. And it's the same if you're a 7 and an expression 5. Make sure you keep up that social contact, because experience in life and social contact and learning from others is just as important as musing and researching. It's all part of the same learning. Okay, and your intuition is great when communicating and reading other people, and you can communicate with other people well, so you can be their spiritual teacher. Okay, so ensure you take time alone also for your spirituality, and balance solitary study and social communication. Okay, so you need to isolate yourself sometimes, but only in a healthy manner, so that you can muse and learn, but then get out there, meet people, socialize, experience the world, because it's the practical part of your learning, like going on a field trip at school. You need to do that. It's not just about sitting on a hill and meditating. It's a big part of it, but it's not just about that. Otherwise, there's no point in incarnating in this world. You might as well stay in the spiritual world if that's what you're going to do. You know, you've got to, you know, we're in the world. Let's use the world. I hope you found my video useful today. It always helps me, because of my life path and expression, to go through that, and I go through it every day as my 10 commandments. So nobody's asked me to do this video, so I just decided to do it. So I know there are other life path 7s, expression number 5s out there, and I always forget to say I do readings as well, guys. So if you want a reading of all your core numbers as well as all your surrounding numbers, a reading of what's going to happen, why things have happened in your life, the best way to go through your life path, and what skills in your expression number, I can help illuminate all that for you if you contact me for a reading. And you can contact me through soulexplorer.net or through my social media that I'm going to put in the description box. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell icon on my video. And also in my description box, there is a link to my Udemy course where it teaches you all about the number energies and the chart and where all the numbers should be in your chart. So as ever, guys, as I've kept on about this whole video, trust the soul within you, because only your intuition knows what's best for you. See you soon.